Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 532 Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. This is a really good Barbarian Invasion battle, and as you can see, it was fought on a custom map here, and this map was hosted by Brotherhood member First Prime, who's got a lot of custom maps, but I'm not sure he knows what is flat maps and what are the hilly maps with his custom maps here. So as you see, this is quite a hilly map, and as I say, our first teammate is Brotherhood member First Prime, who has hosted this battle, and he has got the Roman Eastern Empire Roman army there. Okay, now he's got a lot of missile troops here within his Roman army, the Plumbartari, and as I say, he's got a good lot of custom maps for Barbarian Invasion, and it's nice to play on custom maps from time to time. Okay, so as I say, he's got a lot of these Plumbartari units that throw those metal tipped darts, and remember, I think these units throw at least 20 of these metal tipped darts, so he's got a heck of a lot of firepower there within his army. We'll see how many units of Plumbartari he's got when he moves them out of the woods. Okay, he's got a religious unit here. Now remember, in Barbarian Invasion, morale seems to be even more important on Barbarian Invasion than on RTW. So bringing a religious unit is a really good tactical move because it gives your troops that extra morale bonus, keeps them fighting longer, and hopefully stops mass routes. And here we are, have a look at his elite cavalry, the Equiti Clibanarii. Now if you look here, can you see like those rolling pins that they seem to carry? Those are effective against armor maces. And make no mistake, these are elite cavalry. I think they've got something like a 34 defense on them, something like that. They are hugely difficult to kill and very, very, as I say, elite cavalry there. So that's a pretty good Roman army. It'd be interesting to see how many Plumbartari units he's got during the course of the battle. Okay, our next teammate is myself, who has unusually bought the Romano British faction. Okay, it's unusual for me to bring these. Have a quick look at the Romano Legionnaires. Now these guys can throw pilots. Can you see they're carrying pilots there? These guys can throw, I think it's 3 pilots, the same as like Roman troops throw on RTW, 3 pilots each. This infantry is solid infantry. It can stand its ground well, it can attack, and seems to be really good infantry. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do. If you notice here, my missile units are a Bucellarii crossbowmen. Okay, you've got 2 choices of archers. You can have ordinary archers that are non-armoured and got medium range, or you can go for these guys that have got effective against armour crossbow bolts that they fire. So I've gone for these Bucellarii with their effective against armour crossbow bolts. Their range isn't so good, but they can do a lot of damage with those crossbow bolts. Now we're going to have a look at some really good elite cavalry here. Now these are the Grail Knights. Okay, make no mistake, these are absolutely excellent elite cavalry. Now just to let you know that these guys, I've got a stripe, gold shield, gold attack on these guys, and that gives them a massive 16 attack, a huge 32 defense, and a 7 cavalry charge bonus. Okay, most cavalry units on Barbarian Invasion have only got a 6 charge bonus. These have got a 7, and the 16 attack that they've got, I think that might be the highest actual attack out of all the cavalry units. And if you notice here, you only get 32 Grail Knights. Most of the cavalry units on Barbarian Invasion are the usual 54, but because these guys are so elite, you only get 32 Grail Knights. Okay, make no mistake, these are really elite cavalry, and as I say, with that massive 16 attack, that gives them, as I say, an absolute huge attack there. So it'll be interesting to see how well my army does there. And of course, I've bought a religious unit there. You can see I've bought some monks there, as I say, to give that extra morale to my troops, keeping them fighting longer. And as I say, it's always a good tactical move to bring a religious unit in Barbarian Invasion, keep your troops fighting longer. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mad King, who's bought the Sassanid faction. Now those of you that play Barbarian Invasion will know that the Sassanid strength is their huge cavalry, their cataphracts. When you upgrade them, if you fully upgrade them, I think they've got something like a 38 or 39 defense, and they are a huge cavalry to fight. But if you notice here, he's got no cavalry in his Sassanid army build. I think he's got 15 Sugdian warriors and 5 archers. Let's have a look there. So there's his Sugdian warriors. Okay, now if you notice, look at the upgrades on those Sugdian warriors. If you count them up, can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are fully upgraded. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so he's got fully upgraded Sugdian warriors there. And if you notice there, can you see they carry those effective against armor maces? Okay, so he's got effective against armor infantry here. Those Sugdian warriors, got 15 of those fully upgraded. Okay, so it's 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack for his Sugdian warriors. And then he's got, I think it's 5 cavalry, 5 archers there. Now the archers are good as well. They got good long range. They do a lot of damage. Quite elite archers as well. So he's got fully upgraded infantry, good long range archers, but no cavalry. Okay, as I say, very, very unusual army build for the Sassanids, as their strength is their cavalry, I think. Their infantry is not bad, mind, but their cavalry strength is what they are. Okay, so we've got Rome, we've got Romano British, and we've got the Sassanids. This should be a great battle for you to watch, and it's all uphill. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Barclayman, who has bought his faction of choice, and that is the Lombardi faction. Now you've got 2 choices of archer with this faction. He has gone for the chosen archers. Now these have got medium range, okay, but they're well armoured. So they're going to suffer less casualties because they're well armoured, but they are only medium range. Or you've got the Lombardi archers, which have got long range but no armour and can be killed quite quickly. I'd just like to draw your attention to the upgrades on these chosen archers. If 1, 2, 3, 4, fully upgraded chosen archers, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on those chosen archers there. Then we move back further into his battle formation here, and you can see that he's got a 120-man spear warband unit there. And of course, anything with a spear is anti-cavalry. Okay, so that's a big 120-man anti-cavalry unit there. Be interested to see how he uses that. And then we're going to look at his chosen Axemen. Okay, now these are effective against armour, and if you notice there, I think they are fully upgraded as well. And as I say, they do exactly what it says on the tin. They are effective against armour, and they can chop up heavily armoured troops like Roman troops. Okay, so make no mistake, these are elite infantry. And then we move on to the Knight Raiders. Now these Knight Raiders are also effective against armour, but they bring a special ability of fear. Okay, so they bring a fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilising them, and making them more susceptible to routing. Okay, so they're good troops to bring as well. As I say, if you look at the upgrades, I think of all of Barclayman's army, you will see they are fully upgraded. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So I think the whole of his army is fully upgraded. 9 upgrades on each unit, and he's got 1 cavalry unit. Okay, so he's gone heavy on the infantry, but only 1 cavalry unit, and that's his general unit. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu, who's bought the Vandals faction. Now here he's got his step heavy spearmen. Of course, because they're spearmen, they are I've got a bonus against fighting cavalry, but they're also good against infantry. Then he's got his step raider archers. Now make no mistake, these are some of the most elite archers in the game. They've got long range, they've got great defense, they do a lot of damage, and I think even when they run out of arrows, they can make good light infantry. Then you've got his step horde chosen warriors. Now just look at their swords here. Can you see that the end of their swords are curved? So these swords are more for hacking and slashing rather than stabbing. And they're quite good infantry as well, and they're pretty good. And here you can see he's got the mounted Aryan priests, so he has bought a religious unit as well. As I say, the religious units on Barbarian Invasion are extremely important to keep your troops fighting longer. Now his cavalry here, if you notice, are step lancers. Now they're only light cavalry, okay, but these guys have got a massive 10 charge bonus. Now remember, the charge bonus is the penetration and impact that a unit has got, and they've got a massive 10 charge bonus on there, so watch out for them. Their third teammate is Brotherhood member Demon, who has bought the Saxons faction. Okay, now here you've got his archers, the Hunter's archers. Now these guys are not armoured, and they've only got medium range, so they're not absolutely great archers, to be honest. And then you've got the Saxon Hearth troops, and make no mistake, these are elite infantry, really good infantry. They got really good morale, really good specifications, and as I say, they are elite infantry units there. Okay, moving back into his battle formation there, then you can see he's also got chosen axemen there, with their effective against armour axes that can chop up heavy armoured troops like Roman troops. And then if you look at the rear here, his cavalry are the mounted nobles. Okay, now to be honest with you, these are what I call middling cavalry. They're not very good cavalry at all, really. I don't even know if they're really middling cavalry there, but it'll be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle. So there's an interesting Saxon army. So the enemy team, look, pretty diverse. They've got the Lombardi, they've got the Vandals, and they've got the Saxons. Should be a great battle for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you can see that Mad King is moving his infantry over towards First Prime and myself. But if you notice here, can you see Man 2 has seen that Mad King has got no cavalry, so he's going to bring his fast-moving general unit over to hit Mad King's archers there. Look. Bang! As he charges in there. And that's nice battlefield awareness there by Man 2, seeing that Mad King's got no cavalry, so he's going to take full advantage of that, bring his fast-moving, well-upgraded, armoured cavalry general over there to attack Mad King's archers there. Okay, as I say, an extremely unusual Sassanid army build with no cavalry. So as I say, Man 2's going to take advantage of that. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so just like to draw your attention to something that Brotherhood member Demon's doing here. Can you see that he's moving some Axemen into the woods here? Now, do you know why he's doing that? It's because, of course, barbarian troops get a woods bonus. So he's moving his Axemen into the woods bonus, hopefully hoping that we will attack him in the woods so he gets a bonus against our infantry. He's moving the rest of his infantry over towards the hill there to his allies. But he's just putting those 4 units into the woods there. It's for a woods bonus just in case we attack him in the woods. Okay, so that's a pretty good tactical move there, but splitting his army, or maybe he's even planning an ambush from there, hoping that we might not notice that. Okay, but as I say here, look at Man 2 using his warlord, his fast-moving warlord here to target poor old Mad King's archers. So as I say, that was a nice bit of battlefield awareness there by Man 2, seeing that the Sassanids had no cavalry, so he's going to take full advantage of that with his fast-moving cavalry unit here, keep attacking the Sassanid archers here. Let's see, he's got no intention of riding away, he's just going to keep hitting. There's the archers over there, and that's what he's going to go for. He might get hooked on the infantry there, though, if he's not careful. There he did. One of his units got hooked on the infantry there, pulled the rest of his unit inlet, but now he's going to run that unit away. Make no mistake here, he won't want to fight those effective against armour Sassanid Sugdian warriors there, but he does want to go for the soft units, the archer units there, with that unit. Okay, so you can see the enemy here are forming up on the hill, so they're going to have hill bonus. Now remember, when you're on a hill, your arrows go further and do more damage, your pilers go further and do more damage, and of course you get a downhill charge bonus as well, which is quite massive. Okay, so as I say, watch out for this, because our army, our team, has got to fight uphill against all those downhill bonuses that the enemy have got. Look at the archer damage that they can do from that hill. Did you see that? All that downhill, those downhill arrows do so much damage there. Once again, can you see Man 2's general, bang, still charging into the Sassanid archers there. Still trying to take out as many as he can there with that unit. Still doing a lot of damage there. So I say, nice aggressive tactical move there by Man 2, using that fast moving general unit there, do as much damage as he can to the archers. See Mad King trying to move his archers away from that unit there as fast as he can. But as I say, Man 2's relentless here with that unit. He's after those archers. Of course, it destabilizes Mad King's units as well, because he can't kind of definitely put units in one place. He's got to keep moving them. Okay, my crossbowmen now, with their effective against armour crossbow bolts, have caused that unit some casualties, so my guess is he'll back off. Both First Prime and myself are bringing our cavalry units over to chase that unit away. Okay, but if you look at the enemy disposition, look at the hill that they're on there. Okay, now as I say, look at the firepower that they've got. These elite archers here shooting down onto our troops. Make no mistake here, we will have to attack uphill here, and as I say, it's very unusual for us, for you to see a battle where we have to attack uphill. Maybe it's very few battles that I've put on. I've put 532 on the our YouTube channel. It's unusual to see us attack uphill. Okay, can you see here that, as I say, First Prime moving forward, but when you're on a hill, don't forget you get all those bonuses. Your arrows go further and do more damage, your missiles go further and do more damage, and importantly, you get a downhill charge bonus, which is massive. Okay, so as you can see here, First Prime moving his elite Roman troops forward. Now make no mistake, in Barbarian Invasion, Roman troops are really elite, and they do suffer a lot less casualties from archers than other units. But I want to show you the range of these Plumbarturi. If you notice there, can you see they're throwing literally uphill, but look at the range that they've got. Look at the missiles that they can throw in there. I think First Prime here has got something like maybe about 15 Plumbarturi units. Look, he's even moving his army even closer to the enemy there, moving uphill even more. As I say, Roman troops on Barbarian Invasion are very elite troops, and they suffer a lot less casualties from missiles. But look at these Plumbarturi, got close to the enemy now. Look at those metal darts. Look at the volume of those metal darts that those Plumbarturi are throwing in to the enemy troop. Look at it, it's like raining metal darts into the enemy troops there. And remember, his troops are throwing uphill, but look at the range that those Plumbarturi have got. Absolutely decimating the forward units of enemy troops. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So let's say, look, that's the metal darts going through the air. And those Plumbarturi, I think, must have at least 20 each that they throw. So they got massive range. And as I say, they're throwing uphill here. Look at the devastation they've caused to these archers here from that. My guess is that probably some of the Sassanid archers have damaged them as well. But these darts, there's one that's been hit. Look, but look, those are the metal tipped darts that they're throwing. Lethal. And with the volume that they throw, you can imagine the damage that they're doing to the enemy troops there. Okay, so as you say, First Prime here has moved his army up to make first contact with the enemy. And as I say, he is throwing uphill, but the range of those Plumbarturi metal darts is absolutely amazing, really. You can see the volume of them coming in. And don't forget, as I say, these archers have got the downhill bonus here, and they still can't do much damage to those Roman troops. Look at the metal darts coming in on these archers here, and I think Mantu's doing the best thing, pulling his archers back after suffering so many casualties. There you are, can you see your First Prime bringing his elite Equite Clibanarii cavalry with their effective against armor mace. He's going to hit those archers, and bang, as he smashes into those archers there. Nice hit there by those cavalry there, routed them on impact. And the best thing to do is now pull those archers away. You can see that I think it's a Barclay man has got his archers there shooting into the rear of those retreating cavalry, causing them quite a few casualties there. Okay, meanwhile here you can see I'm using my effective against armor crossbowmen, shooting down into these Saxon archers here. Okay, remember, archers without armor can be killed quite quickly by good archers. Okay, and my effective against armor crossbowmen are causing them a lot of casualties here. But as I say, you can see First Prime's advanced his army up the hill here. As you can see, we are fighting uphill here against all those downhill bonuses that the enemy will have. But as I say, First Prime's Roman army here, really tough. And as I say, as you can see, he's making the first contact there with the enemy troops there. Okay, you can see a lot of the Vandals infantry now have charged down onto the forward units of First Prime's Roman army there. Okay, and meanwhile over here on our right flank, the Sugdian warriors will be moving forward. I'm pretty sure that he's going to do a right flanking action here. Remember, he's got fully upgraded effective against armor Sugdian warriors, but no cavalry there on our right flank. Okay, now over here on our left flank here, you can see some of those Saxon Hearth troops are moving down towards my infantry, but also they're attacking the flank of First Prime's infantry. Okay, make no mistake, I'll be shooting them with my effective against armor crossbowmen. And remember my Romano British throw missiles as well. They throw pilers as well. Okay, so if I can get close to those Hearth troops, I will do a lot of damage. Meanwhile here, you can see that the Vandals troops there, those horde warriors there with their curved end swords are fighting the Roman units there. Now even with the downhill charge bones, can you see they haven't broken those Roman troops yet. And here you can see those Saxon Hearth troops charging into the flank of First Prime. So I'm now going to move my infantry forward there to neutralise that flanking Saxon flanking attack going into the flank of First Prime's infantry. Okay, so you can see I'm moving my infantry uphill here. Routed those Saxon Hearth troops there on impact, taking the pressure off of the flank of First Prime's infantry there, bearing in mind he's being attacked aggressively from the front with that downhill charge from the enemy. Okay, you can see the Saxon general there still engaged, but as I say, my troops here can throw pilers, which they're doing here, throwing at the enemy troops. Okay, let's say those Romano British troops pretty tough. Right, you can see those chosen Axemen charging in there and bang with their downhill charge bonus, but we caused them so many casualties, look, with the pilers from my units that it's weakened them. Look at my pilers going into those units there. Remember, morale is extremely important on Barbarian Invasion. You cause units big casualties and they're likely to rout, which they've just done there. Okay, and that was a nice hit there. Just pause the game for a second there. You can see First Prime just brought his cavalry over here. Good battlefield awareness. Saw the Saxon general was exposed, smashed into him with his cavalry, took him out, and now has taken away the morale bonus. Now remember those 4 effective against armour axemen we saw brought into the woods? You can see that Demon's bringing them over now to attack my Romano British troops there. Okay, so as you can see there, it's moving over there. And as you can see here on our right flank, as we thought, you can see that Mad King is bringing his Sassanid infantry forward to attack, but Man 2 Step Lancers with that massive 10 charge bonus has charged into them using the downhill bonus that they will have. And as I say, you can see these fully upgraded archers shooting into those Sugdian warriors as well. Plus you've got those effective against armour axemen, plus those Knight Raiders bringing a fear factor here over on this right flank. And with the downhill bonuses that they've got as well, as I say, Mad King is being very aggressive with his Sugdian warriors. He sent over a couple of units to help First Prime's units there being attacked downhill by those Vandal troops. But make no mistake, those Plumbartroy infantry probably still got some missiles they're throwing in there. They seem to have so many. But as you see, Barclay Man's effective against armour axemen and his Knight Raiders are on top of the hill ready to charge down when he is ready to do that. There, but as I say here, you can see those effective against armour axemen being brought out of the woods there to attack the flank of my British Romano Legionnaires there. Okay, but make no mistake, I've got my crossbowmen shooting into them there with their effective against armour crossbow bolts, and as I say, my infantry is pretty tough. And as I say, morale is very, very important here. Can you see those Saxon troops? Their general's been taken out, so they've got no morale bonus coming to them. They're coming up against superior enemy numbers here, so it wouldn't surprise me if they routed here. Meanwhile, on our right flank here, you can see the enemy troops really putting pressure on Mad King's Sugdian warriors with that downhill bonus that they've got. You can see, if you're not careful here, Mad King's army could crack here on this right flank. Look at them starting to rout. Okay, that's the pressure of all those enemy infantry and cavalry smashing into them with the downhill charge bonus. Let's say First Prime's got his elite cavalry brought over to the right flank there to help. Okay, so over here on the left flank here, I've charged my Grail Knights in to help take out those effective against armour axemen. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second. So what I want to do now, I can see that all that's in front of me are those rallied Saxon infantry and that cavalry. What I'd like to do is take my entire army forward up the hill, take out what's in front of me here, and then move across the hill there to get in behind the engaged enemy troops. Okay, so that's a tactical move that I'm looking to do here with my Romano British army. Make no mistake, First Prime's elite Roman infantry has been holding really well there. He's lost several units though to that the massive attacks coming down on them. As I say, you've got Barclay Man's infantry and those fully upgraded archers there on top of the hill. But if you notice there, you can see First Prime's cavalry is over there on the right flank, but you've got Barclay Man's Knight Raiders moving towards them, so he probably won't want to fight them. Okay, but as I said, our right flank is in danger of being broken there. You can see so many Sassanid units starting to rout. One more cavalry charge there, and okay, the Sassanid general's gone. Okay, so let's just pause the game there. Our right flank, after a fierce fight, make no mistake, has now been broken. Okay, our Sassanid ally there, most of his units has been routed there from the downhill charge that the enemy have put on him. So as I say, you can see our right flank has been broken now, and the enemy will look to attack the flank of First Prime's infantry. Okay, as I say, you can see there's several archer units still left, but the bulk of the Sugdian warriors have been taken out here on our right flank, and the enemy will look to roll us up from right to left. Okay, so as I say here, with my Romano British army, I can see the danger on our right flank, so I've got to try and take pressure off our right flank by moving forward. So I'm going to move up the hill here, as I say, with a view to moving across the hill there to get in behind the engaged enemy troops. Okay, so remember what we talked about, these Grail Knights are elite cavalry. They've got a massive 16 attack, excellent morale as well, and they're going to I'm going to charge them uphill into the Saxon cavalry. Okay, so I'm going to do an uphill cavalry charge into this Saxon cavalry with my elite Grail Knights. Get ready for this, and bang, as they smash in there. Okay, the Saxon general has retaliated here, done a counter-attack with his cavalry. Okay, but remember, these Grail Knights are elite cavalry with really fantastic specifications, massive attack specification. And look, can you see that they have now routed that downhill cavalry charge from those Saxon cavalry there? Let's just pause the game for a second here. So, if you notice here, I'm now charging those routed cavalry away. Now let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've lost 11 cavalry there, but look at the dead Saxon cavalry that my Grail Knights killed. And I'm now moving up the hill with my cavalry, making sure I chase down the routers so they don't rally. Now, if you notice here, I brought my infantry up from that position, and I'm now starting to move across the hill here, giving me the hill advantage now, if you notice, and I charge downhill onto the enemy troops. Okay, meanwhile here, First Prime's Clibanarii have been taking out a heck of a lot of enemy archers there, so I'm going to think he's going to get some really good kills there for the amount of archers he's taken out. But as I say, here on our left flank, look at all the dead Sugdian warriors there. Can you see the blue and red dead uniforms there, the uniforms of the dead Sugdian warriors? But as I say, Barclayman's Lombardi infantry doing really well. You've got enemy infantry in behind First Prime here. But as I say, look at that cavalry charge, bang, straight into the rear of First Prime's units there. You've got all that effective against armour Axemen, and the fear factor the Night Raiders are charging into First Prime's infantry. Right, you see First Prime's got some of his elite cavalry in behind the enemy troops. Make no mistake, he's going to smash them in there, smash them into the rear of those engaged troops. There he goes, and bang, as he charges in there. But remember, he's coming up against effective against armour Axemen, and look at those Axemen chopping down his cavalry. I think there's another one of his units he's just charged in there. Look at him charging straight into those Axemen. But those effective against armour Axemen, make no mistake, they will chop up heavily armoured cavalry as they do heavily armoured infantry there. So one of First Prime's cavalry units just got taken out. Okay, so as I say, I've brought my infantry over from that left flank across the hill now, looking for a downhill charge bonus myself into those enemy troops. Okay, I've already sent some of my Romano British troops in, but I've got my elite Grail Knights up on the hill now. Now look, see, I have now got a downhill charge bonus, along with that massive 16 attack they've got, to go downhill and smash into those engaged, effective against armour Axemen of Barclayman's there. Okay, but make no mistake here, First Prime is doing extremely well there with his elite Roman troops, but as you can see here, I'm charging my Romano British Legionnaires into the fray as well. There's some cavalry coming in behind First Prime, and bang, as they smash in there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. You've got enemy cavalry that charged into the rear, as well as Night Raiders taking the morale away from First Prime's infantry, so he's getting hit from one side and from the other. As I say, I'm bringing my troops in as well, my Romano British there as well, to help. But as you can notice at the top of the hill there, can you see my Grail Knights are ready to charge in. So First Prime's holding quite well there. As I say, I've got battle damaged infantry I'm throwing into the fray, but the main thing is I've got my elite Grail Knights on the high ground charging downhill into those Lombardi effective against armour Axemen. Okay, here come my cavalry. Get ready for this. Bang! As they smash in to those effective against armour Axemen. Look at the penetration of those Grail Knights with that downhill charge bonus. But also, look at how my Knights are being chopped down by those effective against armour Axemen. Make no mistake here, those effective against armour Axemen chop down armoured cavalry as well as they do armoured infantry there. And I think it's time for me to pull my cavalry out of that fray. I need to rally, get them back on top of the hill, lock and load them, and charge them back in. I certainly don't want to keep fighting those effective against armour Axemen there. Okay, so let's pause the game for a second here. So as I say here, if you notice here, I've got my monks chanting here. I'm giving morale to all of our units, plus I've got my general here blowing the rally bugle. Okay, so I've got a heck of a lot of morale there going on for both First Prime's units and my units there, keeping them both fighting. Okay, so that's why I've got them back there. They're not actually fighting, I've just got them back there giving morale to our fighting troops. But as I say here, I'm moving my cavalry back uphill here, ready to lock and load and then charge back down into those Lombardi infantry there. Okay, so as I say here, we're doing quite well. You can see some of the enemy units starting to rout. There's some rallied Sugdian warriors coming back in. Okay, so here come my cavalry again. They're very battle damaged, but they still got a downhill cavalry charge bonus, and bang, as they smash in to those Lombardi, effective against armour Axemen there. And it looks like we've managed to eventually rout them there. But make no mistake, those Lombardi troops there fought extremely well. Did really well. It wouldn't surprise me if they had some good kills there in this battle. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So to say, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. If you look at First Prime's units there, these are 82-man units. Look, if you notice there, 36 men in that, 26 men in that. Oh, we've got 34 in that, but look at his general unit. Just 11 men left in his general unit. So you can see it was a real battle of attrition here, fighting uphill as we were. If you notice our Sassanid ally there, 1, 2, I think he's got 5 units left. And those Sogdian warriors are rallied units, because remember, all his infantry was routed. So those are rallied units there. And so you can see here, this is where I fought those Saxon troops there. Then I moved uphill. Remember, that's where my cavalry, my elite Grail Knights, fought those Saxon cavalry there. And then I took my army across the hill, and then got the downhill charge bonus on the enemy, which they'd had all game. If you notice there, as I say, you can see the red and blue uniforms of our Sassanid allies, dead troops there on the hill. So as I say, we did quite well there, I think, fighting uphill against the good enemy troops. And there, our Barclayman's just admitted defeat there. So as I say, our army did, our team did well there to win a battle where we were fighting uphill, and it was an average victory too, so that was pretty good there, I thought. So the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. As you see, it was an average victory there. I thought it might have been close, so I think we did well fighting uphill to get an average victory there. So that's quite good. Highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Barclayman with his Lombardi army there, 2,014 kills, so really well done there for his Lombardi army. Second highest kill, First Prime with his Roman army attacking uphill, 1,995 kills. That just goes to show how tough Roman armies are in Barbarian Invasion. So let's say really well done to Brotherhood member Barclayman, great kills there, well done with his faction of choice. Well done to Brotherhood member Mantu, probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there with his Vandals army. And well done to Demon, he definitely probably didn't get the kills that he wanted there with his Saxon army. But really well played, guys, there. My Romano British army got reasonable kills there. As I say, well done to First Prime with his Roman army there, getting the kills with those massive firepower he's got. And well done to Mad King there as well. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted there with his fully upgraded army. So just to say there, have a look at the statistics here. The Legionnaires, British Legionnaires, didn't do fantastic there. Not great kills. The Grail Knights, so if you look at the Grail Knight kills, remember that they were fighting mostly uphill until the end of the battle. And my Busolari crossbowman, one unit there, got two casualties but killed 144. So just say, I hope you enjoyed this battle. We play Barbarian Invasion every Sunday night. If you'd like to join us, it'd be great to see you. If you enjoyed this battle, please give us a thumbs up. Please leave a comment if you like. It's always nice to read what you think about our battles. This is Spartan Commander saying look forward to seeing you soon, and bye for now.